He's a big North Dakota guy. He's a Viking fan, but he might have to become an LA Rams fan if they draft Carson Wentz. He's Josh Duhamel joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Josh?
I'm doing great, Rich. I woke up this morning to about 20 text messages saying, "Did you hear? Did you hear about the trade?" And so immediately I went to ESPN and the NFL Network.
Attaboy. Thank you.
And found out that my boy Carson Wentz may or may not be going to the Rams.
I think he will. I think he's going to be him, Josh. We had Mike Mayock on earlier today. He didn't even mention Jared Goff's name until I asked him about what the Browns might do. I mean, really, I think it's Wentz. I really do think it's going to be.
I do too. I've been watching this kid play because NDSU is just, it's huge back in North Dakota because they're such a powerhouse. So
Yes,
I remember watching him play, his junior years, the first time he really started playing. I was like, am I wrong or is this guy really good? Big and he's fast and he's got a great head on his shoulders and he can throw the rock all over the field. So sure enough, at the end of the season, he comes, I start hearing that he's like the third projected quarterback to be taken. And I really started watching. And then he went to the combines and everything else. And, I think he really proved that he's got it. But you never know. I think the Rams would be a good team for him.
Yeah, I mean, and L.A., I mean, talk about the bright lights and have folks like you that are suddenly thinking about, becoming Rams fans right off the bat because they're so excited. I mean...
Well, they would immediately become my second favorite team.
Oh, of course. You're still a Viking.
My wife may have some issues with that, but,
okay.
I mean, the Dolphins are on the other end of the country.
I understand. So you'll be a Dolphin Rams / Vikings Rams household should Carson Wentz be drafted.
Right. There'll be three teams that we predominantly root for. But, first thing I did this morning was call for season tickets. So I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping he comes.
You're in. See, this is exactly what the Rams are dreaming of, right? Is that this trade sparks interest in calling up for season tickets and having somebody like yourself throwing your hat into that ring as well. That's what the Rams want out of this whole thing.
Absolutely.
Josh.
But there is one other thing I hope they do.
That is?
Go back to those old school uniforms. You know what I mean?
Like the white and blue, like the
white and blue or the yellow and blue. I just don't. The new ones are a little bit too blah for me. I like the old school Kurt Warner, Eric Dickerson.
Okay, but if you wanted to go, if you had to go the Roman Gabriel white and blue or the Vince Ferragamo Ram era, if you had to choose,
that'd be pretty clean. Right? I like that. I'd have to go back and look at those again, but
sure.
I remember seeing them. But they could put a little modern twist on them.
Yeah, the Warren Beatty Heaven Can Wait era Ram jersey.
That's right.
That's what we're talking about right here.
How do you feel about that? Do you like? Are you into the uniforms or?
I am, of course. Come on, absolutely. I would love. I think they need to go. They need to go to the Jack Youngblood era. I think right there, not instead of all the way back to the white and blue. I think they got to do that. That would be great, Josh. That'd be phenomenal.
That'd be great. Just don't go to those. Remember those all yellow ones they wore for the Thursday night game?
Oh yeah, the mustard versus ketchup game.
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah, that was. I don't think we're ever going to see those again. But man, look, I shouldn't say that. This may be a directive where now every team is going to have to look like a mustard or a ketchup bottle. Exactly.
We're matching tops and bottoms.
Let me ask you this question: is it true you stepped out of a Daddy and Me class to make this phone call, Josh?
I did. I actually had to drive away from my Daddy and Me class. My wife is there, so he's covered.
So wait.
But I had to get in a place where I could actually get some reception because you mean that much to me, Rich.
Josh.
Even though I must admit, last time I saw you at the Super Bowl, you got me in some trouble, dude.
Because I asked you what's the name of your wife's new album and you coughed it up, right, Josh?
Yeah, that did not go over well at my house. She guards that stuff like it's her firstborn son. It's amazing, right. and I didn't even think about it until afterwards, and I was like, oh no.
But you said to your wife, but it's the Rich Eisen show, and I had to be truthful when asked a point blank question, right? Did you say that, Josh?
And I guess that's what that didn't fly. That wasn't a viable excuse.
So I should be really lucky that you did the whole honey take over for me in the Daddy and Me class while I go call in to the Rich Eisen show.
Yeah, now you're pulling me away from my son, so now you're really in hot water.
All right, go back.
Hey, wait, let me ask you. Did you watch Kobe last night?
Of course. That was incredible. What about you? What did you think?
I mean, I thought it was the most amazing exit from a professional sport I've ever seen.
I agree.
And the way he handled himself in the media afterwards, I love the dude. I think he's polarizing his whole career, but I love how truthful cold-blooded that dude is. He's just an alpha, and he's going to be missed.
Well, we were talking about that. Is that the greatest walk-off ever? And I think it is. And
It's gotta be.
I don't think there's anything that's close, and that we won't see anything like that again. 60 points and 50 shots, records for both. Everybody's watching worldwide. Everybody's thinking that he's going to do something, and he did it. That was incredible.
And it's so funny because, I mean, I've been really following the Warriors this year, and I really love – I mean, Steph Curry to me he is the next great thing in basketball, if he isn't already. And so I was, and I'm a Lakers fan, but I was still like, you know what? I can watch the highlights of the Kobe thing afterwards. The Lakers don't mean anything this year. I'll watch it. I'll turn back and forth. And then I saw him get 37, and then he gets 45, and then he hits 50, and then he hits 60. And the fact that he was able to pull eyeballs from they were originally supposed to be the ESPN game, I think, and then they put him to ESPN2.
Yeah, they swapped him.
He had a way to it's Kobe for you. He was able to pull everybody over to watch the final game, and it'd be interesting to see those ratings.
It was riveting. It was absolutely riveting, man.
Yeah, it was great.
But the minute I saw that the Warriors were up double digits, I tapped out and went right to the Kobe game, and it was incredible. I mean, it was truly incredible. All right, Josh, thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. Go back. You might be able to get back in time for Circle Time if you get back there.
I'm sure we might be receiving a phone call from her later. Just beware.
Anytime, Josh. You take care.
All right, be good.
You got it. Bye. That's Josh Duhamel.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.